Some things in this world are old. We call them vintage or classic, like this classic Corvette. Some things in this world are old and they're legendary, like Juliana-Square Historic District in Parkersburg, West Virginia. I'm the Realtor, Eric Corder, and this is your Neighborhood Spotlight. Let's get going. As fun as this neighborhood is to drive in a classic car, it's even more fun and more stunning if you walk it. You're going to want to walk this neighborhood. Stop and pick up a copy of this custom walking tour presented by the residents of Juliana-Square. You can get your copy at 9th and Juliana. It has just over half of the 100 or so homes in the district. You can read all about the history, the families, the architecture. In fact, many of the things I'm going to say come right out of this book. Juliana-Square is West Virginia's largest and most prestigious historic district. This area was added to the National Historic Registry of Places in 1977 and has been a main tourist attraction here in the Mid-Ohio Valley ever since. The architecture varies, and there's everything from Queen Anne style, Federal style, Second Empire, and even cottage and prairie style homes. Now I understand that the main streets in the district, Ann Street and Juliana Street, were named after Captain Parker's daughters. Captain Parker was the founder of Parkersburg. The streets that you see were originally dirt, and I understand they weren't paved with bricks until about 1906. You can still see some of the local brickmakers' names right in the bricks themselves, if you know where to look. This is a carriage stoop. You can see several of these through the historic district that still remain. Back in the day when these streets were dirt or mud, they helped the ladies get up out of that into the carriage without messing up their dresses. Makes sense to me. This area was established just after the Civil War. And it was home to business leaders, political leaders, community leaders. The opulence and the spectacle of the homes is obvious, and it's testament to their success. They wanted them to be fancy. They wanted them to be ornate. The official West Virginia state seal was developed right here in the historic district. If you make your way down Franklin Alley, you can see the plaque that commemorates that event. Most of these homes are fairly large. In fact, most of them are over 3,500 square feet. What could you do with a home that size and all that square footage? Maybe you could have one of these. What do you think, Hazel? You look good on camera. Now let's talk real estate in the historic district. In the past 36 months, 24 homes have changed hands or sold here. The average sale price is $260,000, which seems like a lot of money, and it is. But there's a baseline measurement, something realtors often use to help establish value for a home. And it's just a baseline, it's a departure point, and that's called price per square foot. Of those 24 homes that have sold, the average price per square foot is $78. Now, just a stone's throw away from here, that number can be $100, $120, or $140 per square foot. So for my money, these homes are an excellent value, an ultimate value, really. So the bottom line is you get a lot more house here in this neighborhood for your money. Let's take a 3,000 square foot home. If you buy a 3,000 square foot home at that higher $120 or $140 per square foot in another area, you're going to pay about $120,000 more for the same square footage and the same size. And you won't get to live in a historic area. You won't get to live in a work of art. I call these homes living works of art because they really are. Now, oftentimes when I'm discussing older homes with clients, people are afraid of these homes. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. Consider this. These homes were all built without electricity. Not all of them, but most of them were built without electricity. They were built without plumbing, without indoor plumbing. So, in effect, they have all been upgraded. Now, a lot of them have modern plumbing. A lot of them have modern electrical, modern wiring, modern heating and cooling. And when you're considering a home, especially an older home like this, that's going to be something that you're going to consider and you're going to ask those questions on. These homes are worth considering. They've been here for 130, 140, 150 years, and they're still standing strong, straight, proud, and true. Thanks for joining me on this short neighborhood spotlight of Juliana-Square. Maybe I'll see you soon.